Tonight, at Paris's La Défense Arena, the Grand National Tour roared back to life for a second consecutive night. The City of Lights, already buzzing from a sold-out opener, seemed to glow brighter with anticipation. Fans had returned, their energy a living pulse across the stadium floor. They weren't there just to hear music, they were there to feel history. Welcome to Celebrity Rap Life, where the red carpets never roll up and the spotlight never fades. The rewards are legendary. Because in Celebrity Rap Life, every downfall can become a comeback, and every headline tells a deeper story. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next. Kendrick Lamar took the stage first, launching into Family Ties, like a general leading his soldiers into battle. The beat crashed into the crowd, and Kendrick's voice slammed through the speakers with authority. Sparks of light shot up behind him, letters spelling out Family Ties, as he paced the stage, arms raised, commanding every member of the audience. The entire stadium moved as one organism. Every bar he dropped landed like thunder, and in that moment it was clear. This performance was more than a song, it was a summation of legacy. Without pause, he shifted gears into Humble. The beat shifted into its iconic snap, and Kendrick leaned forward, inviting the crowd's energy. Then the lights cut for a beat, and suddenly the energy exploded. Sit down, be humble. Thousands of voices joined him, raw, collective, unstoppable. It was catharsis. It was reverence. It was Kendrick Lamar reminding everyone exactly who he is and why he matters. Next, he eased into Hey Now. The mood softened, but not the intensity. That track, full of swagger and reflection, gave the crowd a chance to feel both the confidence and the vulnerability that Kendrick wears with equal clarity. He moved through the lyrics with purpose, the arena lighting shifting in time with every line. Flickers of white and violet danced across his face as the audience took it in, breath and bar in sync. Then came Euphoria. A sonic jolt. The track dropped, and the stadium shook with raw, frenetic energy. Kendrick jumped across the stage, each syllable still packed with that pointed venom. The crowd matched him line for line, breath pounding in the air like a drumbeat. It was electric. It was cruel. It was Kendrick at his rawest, at his most lethal, delivering performance as impact. The tension cooled as the first notes of Money Trees resonated through the venue. A beloved classic, its opening guitar riff brought an immediate hush. The intimacy was palpable. The crowd leaned in, reflecting the introspective verses about survival and reflection. For a stretch of minutes, the stadium wasn't a concert hall. It felt like someone's front porch at sunset. Kendrick held it close. He narrated. He confided. He balanced the warrior with the storyteller. Then it was SZA's turn to light the evening. She stepped into a solo spotlight and began, Nobody Gets Me. Her voice, crystalline and honest, cut through the ruckus left behind. Phones rose like a forest of stars. Each note echoed off the walls. Each breath she took seemed to resonate with collective empathy. It was vulnerable. It was beautiful. It was another reminder that this show isn't a solo tour, it's a symphony of voices. Kendrick returned to the stage for Good Credit. A mid-set boss moment. His presence widened, his flow sharpened. The stadium seemed to crack open with the power of the song. It thumped deep into guts and souls alike. He paced the catwalk, mic extended, tasting the energy each step at a time. The bars hit like verbal calibration. Every line measured. Every pause built tension. Every word was deposited into history. And then, as if unscripted chemistry was brewing, Kendrick and SZA stood center stage, locking eyes and crowd-pleasing anticipation hit full force. They hyped up the Paris crowd together, each movement choreographed by mutual respect. They dropped into a shared verse of back-and-forth energy that felt like two planets orbiting around a collective beat. The synergy was undeniable. Praise swept across the crowd as the lights dimmed and tension hummed through the speakers. All around, hundreds of thousands of phones flashed, anticipating the drop. Suddenly there was silence, ice-cold, defining silence, before the surprise vocal sample, Pust, I See Dead People. The hush was like a held breath precedes a dive. Then it broke. Paris crumbled for Not Like Us. The arena trembled with resolve and release. It was fight night energy, but with celebration woven into every scream. Kendrick threw every syllable forward. Each line was intentional, loaded with context, implication, artillery. The crowd returned every response with fervor. They begged for more. The chant swelled. Not like us! Not like us! He circled back, reignited, and launched again. The arena was incoherent with passion. Just when it felt like climax, SZA reappeared beside him and the duo launched into Gloria. Together, they balanced dual energies, him, storytelling intensity, her, tender clarity. The audience roared for every harmony. Kendrick handed Vincent vinyls, passing mementos while the song held steady. The crowd gasped when they realized the artists were signing vinyl in real time without missing a note. It felt holy. Next came Mustard, a splash of West Coast slide, ushering in TV off. Performatively quiet below sporadic flickers of lighting, Kendrick dropped hard, incisive verses. The chrome of the beat pulsed and cut. Paris felt the subtext. It was a spotlight turned inward, and Kendrick conversed directly with a city that had already fallen. That moment ended, and in a twist of surprise, SZA emerged again, this time with Lizzo, for their debut performance of IRL. The backlash that isn't. Two powerhouses sharing the stage, weaving their voices like a kaleidoscope of chemistry. The crowd went next level, unifying over that magic. It was free-form drive, fierce movement, sisterhood bursting in sound. But SZA wasn't done. She transitioned into Scorsese Baby Daddy, rhythmic, playful yet intimate, then drove into F2F, bridge bending back to vulnerability and rhythm. The lights dipped and rose between each song. Stagecraft and spirit belonged in equal measure. Then she circled into Garden, Say It Like Dat, causally pivoting into Rose Lay emotion. The beat carried, and her voice aligned, taking every audience soul with her. Then came Blind, an echo chamber of longing and devotion, sharp notes threaded into soft prayer. Finally, Consideration, the closer of emotional catharsis, soft, spellbinding, unhurried. She invited every single listener into her world. When the final note faded, the crowd stood, frozen in collective awe. The union of SZA and Kendrick captured everything this tour is meant to reflect: artistry layered with vulnerability, command infused with care, power wielded thoughtfully. Across Night 2 in Paris there were more than songs. They were statements of who they are, what they represent, and what they offer as artists unafraid to hold both strength and fragility. The city responded as only Paris could, roaring, reverent, and ravenous. This wasn't just another concert. It was a cultural checkpoint, an emotional reset, a reminder that the Grand National Tour is more than a spectacle. It's an exhibition of artistry that refuses to flinch. And in the heart of Paris on Night 2, it proved once again why Kendrick Lamar and SZA deserve every single accolade they've earned, and every stage they've learned to command. This story is far from over, and the truth is still unfolding. I want to hear what you think. Drop your take in the comments. And if you don't want to miss the next twist, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next.